Oh, hi there. Sunday morning, sort of a rare stream for me. Continuing on, last week getting back from vacation and the East Bay Shogi Club sort of temporarily on a bit of a hiatus. At least the club leader and I are not there. So I'm going to, where normally I'd be playing over the board on Sunday morning, I'm going to be playing some club games over at Shogi Club 24. See how it goes. It's been fun. Yesterday I played, played a couple games and then a game on lishogi. Those were good. And then I played at our local club, the Cupertino. Hey Shogi Noob, good to see you. Played at Silicon Valley Shogi Club, formerly known as the South Bay Shogi Club. And on our one of our sort of monthly, we have a monthly Saturday meetup at Saturday afternoon in a library, and there's a regular every Tuesday meetup in a Panera, but I haven't gone to that for at least a month or two. The time it's as I've gone into before. I get tired. It's a lot of reasons, all sort of bad excuses. I'm hoping to go this Tuesday, but we'll see. That's going on. What else is going on? One funny thing I'll mention, just on the chance that someone is interested in clubs and creating a club and doing stuff like that. One of the reasons that we had started this Saturday meetup was because at a big Japanese festival, we had a table and we talked to people, shilled our club, and there was a group of people, a lot of them kids and parents of kids, who said that, that's great, we'd love to come, but we can't come on Tuesday night. We can't come on Tuesday night because of school. The next morning, the meetup is like 7 to 9 p.m. So it's pretty late for a school kid. Either middle school, grade school or high school. That's pretty late, especially if you've got stuff to do. So, that's one reason. Some people said, well, I work a little late on those days, or I'm exhausted after working, yada da da. So we created this, we created the weekend sort of afternoon one, thinking that it'd be great for kids and for adults that can't come to Tuesday nights. And the first 2 months of it were exactly that. We got a bunch of new kids. We had some new adults who we hadn't seen before, but who we had seen at the festival. But now, a few months past that, now we're back just sort of mostly with the regulars, the new regulars, the new or old regulars. But we'll see. I think the overlap. It seems like the overlap of people who are going on the Saturday versus the Tuesday. If my eyes were correct yesterday, it was basically 100% overlap. So, maybe in the future we'll get more kids, or more new players. Especially in the West, shogi is a tough sell, and but hopefully we get there gradually at least. Got some hot green tea, Itoen, the one stuff I was drinking the other day. Pretty good. Really good, actually. Surprisingly good for bagged coffee or bagged tea. Did I say coffee? I don't know. So let me just try to get a room. I'm at 480, near my peak on Shogi Club 24. Who cares? I've played Yellowtail before. Titled player. Titled player at Shogi Club 24. Waiting for short. I'm not looking for short. I'd like to think a bit. Played with clocks yesterday, as we usually do on Saturdays, which is one of the nice things that I like about Saturdays versus the Tuesday nights. As I've said before, ad nauseum, I like playing with clocks. We did that. That's fun. So along the clock line, I kind of want to play a little bit slower here. Still trying to kick the rust off, or feel like I kicked the rust off. It feels like last week was a bit of a down week for my shogi. The down weeks, then an up week, and then some down weeks. Maybe that's just the nature of things. think I've played Akitake. I think I have. $254 players in Shogi Club 24 right now. I briefly before logging into, or before starting the stream, I should say, I looked at lishogi. It looks like there's not much going on. No event, no arenas or anything like that. Wow, someone I had clicked earlier. I guess so. Background, technical background information. Since we've had some moments where Shogi Club 24 has not played sound while I've been streaming. Actually, I think it was just one moment, but that one moment was enough to change some behavior. I go in prior to this. If I know I'm going to play on Shogi Club 24, prior to the stream, I go in and I observe a game, just so I know that the sound is working in that tab, in that login, and if it isn't, I'll restart the browser. Basically, seems to be the solution to that. But I must have double clicked the person's name in the list of players, and I see that they have played. Yeah, you can still see it on stream. 18 games. That's admirable. So that's a hardcore player. Playing 18 games on Shogi Club 24. That's a good day's work. Yeah, some of these players love it. I wonder what the demographics are of Shogi Club 24, mostly in terms of age. I just expect it's almost exclusively from Japan, the players, but age, because this site is older and it has slower time controls, does it tend to older players? Some of these people with thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of games played, they've got to be older. All right. Wearing a hoodie again. It was, chilly this morning. Not feeling so chilly now, so I might actually take it off in a bit. Things start heating up. Waiting for a game. I might start Daily Rapid Arena. This is a fast tournament. These are fast. Yeah, 10-15. 10-15 is it's just too fast for me. It's just too fast for me to want to play on a site that doesn't do proper sound, shogi sound with the beeping clock, the beeping or the counting down clock. And there's no one in that lobby. All right, so here we are. I'm going to start. No one is on 15. This I don't know if this is a real player, because I never see them accept, and I never see them playing. But this is waiting for a fast 2, short 2. This player's just short 2. This player's short. I played Kamata 0149, Japan Tolyo. I think we're 1-1. I don't know. No. We played S2. We played short 2 twice, and I have won both games. So stream info updated successfully. This little pop-up in my stream manager has not changed in a while. I don't know if that's a bug here. All right, so if we don't get anything, soon, I'm gonna challenge. I'll challenge T-Nas. So T they like tea. I don't know if I've played this player before. Sorry, please another opponent. Okay, fair enough. You don't want the Hulkamania running wild on you. That's understandable. I'm the top of the list. Look at this. Honors and privileges at such a young age. All right, I'm going to set something up on lishogi. No, I'm going to check out Shogi Club 81 Dojo. Get some D-miles. That's what we're doing. I see someone there. Let me switch my scene. and I'm going to challenge this guest. Let me go back to my get out of here. Get out of here. Log out of this. How do I do that? There you go. Logged out. Logged out. We're in 81 Dojo now. Challenge the guest. I forgot how to do it. I'm an idiot. Challenge. Boom. I will greet. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. I'm Gote. All right. This guest has not greeted me. I feel disrespected. I feel disrespected by the guest. No greet. No greet. It's time. It's time to win this game for honor. For honor and for culture. I'm going to look to play Danako. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I don't know what to expect now. I'm going to push this pawn. See what he does. Let's see what he does. Yesterday at the club, played 3 games. 2 hours goes by very quickly. It's 2 hours on the schedule. Okay, so there's still a chance that he's going Ranger Rook, but I don't think so. So I'll bring my silver up. So 2 hours on the schedule is one thing, but our events on Saturdays, because the club leader or the club leader essentially these days has to be the one to talk to the librarian to let us into the room. And he's typically 5+ minutes late. So we don't really. And then when we get into the room, we've got to shift the tables around, and you're talking. So really, it seems like we almost don't start until maybe let's say if we start, we have a window of 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. We don't start until like 3:10 or 3:15. And so playing that, you've got time, but then we kind of have to close up early too because the windows are sort of tight. I'm coming. No, I'm bringing the pawn up. This will still help on either defense. Okay, so he's doing it. Got it. So I've got my perfect structure here. Not perfect. I mean, I am no moves out of order in terms of building this. What I want. Now that's interesting. So let's get this here. I don't want to just mad rush up the left, which is certainly a possibility. It's possible he's going to castle over here too. Right? Oh, so anyway, playing 3 games. He's bringing that knight up. Let's bring our silver back, our rook back. I still have not tucked my king in. Yeah, I think there's an idea of knight. Okay. Fascinating opening here. So if I push this pawn, he takes, I get the fork. He pushed this pawn, He ignores. I take it. He ignores. I open my diagonal. Let's open. Let's open. He can't push this pawn because I'll just take with the bishop. Okay. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to match this so that the bishop can't escape over here when I if and when I fork these two. So I'm going to push. I'm going to push. This king is going to be on this side as well, so might as well. I don't think it hurts. I don't think I'm in any rush here. I don't think. Wow. Wow. I've got it. I don't know what this is. I think the only defense is bringing that king up. We've never seen this in a Danako opening here. Clearly, the bishop can't take. Clearly, the silver can't back it. He has no pieces to do anything. Okay, so I don't think that's it. I gotta promote. There's a follow. Peach Dumal. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy shogi. Play a lot of shogi here. Is there anything better? So I mean, the obvious is take. The obvious is take. Take, and then he drops the pawn, or take and he drops the bishop, the rook. I think the rook would be terrible because I think my drop points are much better. Also, if he does the rook, no, I can't drop a silver. A pawn drop I don't think is going to be all that useful. There's the cap. There is a cap, but he has no pieces. So if he caps with the pawn, I mean, worst, as my manager would say, worst comes to shove, I can take this pawn. Oh, okay, all right. Arigatou gozaimashita. I will greet. I think this would have been enjoyable. I mean, maybe more for me, but I think this would have been one of those where it would have been instructive to play it out. Let me exit this game and bring this into lishogi. I will change my scene. That I think is the first time on 81 Dojo that I have ever beaten a guest. So let me go in here. Lishogi. Transition. Flip the board. Okay, this is it. All right. All right. Interesting that just looking at ideas, I think the computers almost just given up. But pawn 5/5. What what does the engine want us to do here? That makes sense. That makes sense. So this, I'm glad I looked at this because this is a theme that I see. This is a theme that I see a lot in these types of positions. The opponent threatens to trade off a major piece, like their piece for a promoted piece. In this case, a dragon, could be a horse. Dropping right behind. Dropping right behind is better than taking. Because if they want to take that piece, you're getting a token. So that already, this trade is already favorable. I'm curious. I'm curious though. I'm trying to read what happens if the opponent takes this pawn with the bishop. I don't know if the opponent takes a pawn with the bishop, do I drop the silver, get the king over, and then take the bishop, or is there something better? Is there something better? Ah, Tokyo Peach. Ah, this player is a friend of yours who plays Go. Awesome, awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Have you played? Are you teaching this person, or have they been going to your your teaching sessions? I believe you go to that. You teach at that at that club, which is open every day, that's shared with Shogi and Go. Am I misremembering? Pezek man. Oh, welcome to the channel. Thanks very much for the comment. You're absolutely right. I missed the forest for the trees. I missed the forest for the trees. Oh, you're just giving some tips. Okay, so yeah, this is looking good. This is looking good. Okay. Yeah, and then basically we'll have mate. We'll be setting up mate from here. Oh, and the engine is calling it, mate in 22. The opponent can make it annoying, but that is how it's going to be. Interesting. So my idea of silver drop 7/8, it really, I mean, ignoring the fact that it's mate, if I take this, it's mate in 23 if I take with taking this gold. This gives up quite, this is worse than simply taking. Noticeably worse. And then he drops something. He gets me out of there. He gets me out of there. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I guess if I would have calculated a little longer, I'd see that they're going to get me out. This is one of my many flaws here, is that often when I am in Zume mode, when I'm in mate mode, I'm missing some of the other things that are happening on the board, like a hanging piece. I should have identified both of these. in the opening, because that's something, especially when I build this Danako, this is something that I do. When the king is normally castling, I'll be identifying when the pieces are undefended, when they're just free. And I didn't do that here, I think because I got thrown off by the what I consider to be sort of unconventional castling. But I could, I think the thing I'll take away is never get lost in that. Never stop looking for free pieces. All right, let's get another. I will. Let me. Oh, I can't. Let's transition. Okay. So we don't have any games here. Let me go back to Shogi Club 24. Let's see. This is still showing up. I won't change the scene yet because we could still see what's going on. All right. It's slim pickings. It's slim pickings. I will wait for a game. What? Actually, before I do this, let's try on lishogi. This daily rapid's too fast. I don't want to play, I don't want to play 15-second Byoyomi. Not on lishogi anyway. If and when they get proper sounds for Byoyomi countdown, then I'll probably consider that more. But until then, no. All right. 10:30? Yeah. 10:30 is fine. At the club, we were playing 10:40 yesterday. So yeah, as I was saying, got 3 games in, but we have 2 hours. We start early, and we sort of have to close up early because, the next group is coming, and we have to shuffle we have to take the boards away, our boards, and put them away, and then we have to shuffle the tables around back to the starting location for the tables. So, oops, sorry about that noise. I clanged cups with my teacup. So in the end, we have about an hour and a half, hour 35, something like that to play. So I got 2.5 games in. We played a 10:40, and then another 10:40. 10 minutes main time, 40-second Byoyomi, and then played the second player again a second time. So my third game, we switched it down to 5:40, which I think was too much time. It was too much time to get finished in like 15 minutes. And sure enough, we stopped it. The game was, I think, getting into end game, but we stopped anyway. It was a nice spot to stop at. There's a follow, Banaro009. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy Shogi. This on this channel. Brawmaster001. All right, let's do this. I don't know who this is. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. And I am Sente. No, I am Gote. All right. This is okay. So we have a. Oh, look at that! Look at that! He went straight with that. Okay, so it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing. How I'm going to manage this now? I'll come up. So this is like a quick Ishida of 4th file rook. And they're blitzing. They're blitzing out. Let's get over here. Let's build Torizashi. Woo! Just slamming the pieces out there. Look at this. If this was over the board, it'd be smack, smack, smack. Let's come up. Okay, let's go. I presumably they're building on Aguma. So let's get this up. I think they're looking to do like a just a very fast bogeying up the fourth file. And I don't know how to really defend that. I mean, not that I don't know. I don't. This is very, for fourth file, which everyone and their brother does. This is very foreign to me. This approach. So let's see. Push, take, take, take. If I come up, I'll come up. I'll come up. Oh, I can't. My silver here is in the way. My silver here is in the way. That I don't like. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got. Is this fast enough? Is this fast enough? Maybe I should have calculated. If you ask yourself, is this fast enough? Maybe you should do that before you make the move. I think I'm feeling slightly bullied into the speed here. Hey, Gabrielle. Anytime you play someone who's sort of blitzing, and I was thinking about that yesterday. In the second game, I was playing awfully fast in my opening, because I know Urshino Ryu's opening, like I can blaze it out there. But oh no, oh no, you're addicted to football now? Oh no, oh no, Gabrielle, no, no, Shogi. So just so I speak your language, my bishop is on the 40-yard line. I'm looking to score a touchdown with with my rook. It's second down. It's second down for me right now. Ooh. Something feels juicy here. Pawn. If I drop the pawn, rook takes. If I drop the pawn, rook takes. What if I drop the silver? I drop the silver. No, because the rook is here. The bishop is here. Should I drop the pawn? Should I drop the pawn here? Yeah, let's do this. No, that's not good. I don't like that. I actually don't like that. Okay. I'm glad he didn't. I think I would have. So they have the knight drop. I drop the silver, takes with the knight. I promote my horse, and then I can defend. Yeah, let's do that. We want to score a touchdown. We want to score a touchdown. We want our horse. Our horse right now is getting into the red zone. So just so that Gabrielle, you can understand. You know, I'll use football terms. The bishop is looking to get into the red zone. I honestly wonder right now if knight takes is better. Oh no, because he doesn't get the knight. He doesn't get the knight. I was going to say that he gets the knight, but if he does this, I take. He gets the bishop drop, hitting this knight, this silver. Then I can come up with the silver here to expose the defense of it. So maybe that is still good for me. Maybe that is. So this is a Japanese flag, but how many games played does this person have? Only 500. So I wonder if this is really from Japan. The reason I'm asking it, I wonder if Bra is Brazil. So this is a Brazilian master that I'm playing now. That's what I'm thinking. This is a stealth Gabrielle account. Now it would be higher than 1 Dan, but. And you don't play fourth file. The only fourth file players from Brazil is Kochiro. Right? You know, Angelito plays Nakabisha. Our Gabrielle plays all sorts of weird stuff, but not fourth file. Tokyo Peach, I believe, is exclusively static rook. Ooh. Interesting. You pretend that you can play fourth sometimes. Some players play fourth, but not as the main opening. Okay. You know, Takashima-san is third file. YKT I think of as static rook, but I don't know. When I think of YKT, I think of just pawns. So what am I going to do here? How can I threaten this thing? I can threaten the rook, but he's going to take here. I drop a pawn. He's going to drop a pawn. I take. Should I get my rook up? So let's see. I take the lance, he takes the pawn. I drop a pawn, he promotes, I drop a lance, he takes this pawn. I drop a knight. All right, let's go nuts. Uh, ooh. Ooh. What's that about? What's that about? Silver? He does a sort of silver take? Pawn silver? Huh. That's kind of good. Um, all right, let's take. Hey, Goshujin, going well? Yeah, YKT plays what the heck he wants because he can. Atakuma is the one who plays more profile in Brazil now, but he almost doesn't. Okay, it's going very well, Goshujin. Played a game, played one. This is my second game. Both games so far are interesting in their ways. Um, how are you doing? More importantly, how are you doing? Oh, he doesn't want any part of my lance drop, which is understandable. Which is definitely understandable. But it feels like there must be. So silver, no. Gold. The let's okay. I like it. I like it. What's good for the goose? What's good for the goose? Okay. Oh, I should have. Eh. Do I have something better? I should have thought a little more. Where do I want this piece? Where do I want this piece? This is where I want it. Ah! 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 Okay, so they said no worries, which makes me think that they are that they are not from Japan. Ah, so I think maybe my better move is here. Yeah. Oh, that's good too. Or or there, something like that. Yeah. 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 Yeah, that seems that seems likely. Let me copy this Kifu while they're doing their thing. Um, let's get this in. A lot. This is why I should play on 81 on Shogi Club on Shogi Wars. What am I doing? What am I doing here with this reality? They could be very annoying with oh he doesn't oops. Hopefully I got my thing all proper there. All right, we're still lined up. Are we lined up? Oh, I'm not sure now. Now I'm not sure. I think so. Yes. No, we're not. Yes, we are. I accidentally moved the window. I think it's fine. I think it's good, Goshijin. I think it's good. I think it's nice. I think as long as Shogi's culture and rule is that Nifu is an illegal move, then I think the websites should implement that. That said, I think the Shogi culture should change. Which obviously is never going to happen. I think an illegal move that should not be the loss of a game. I think the discussion is to be had there. The discussion I think is not to be had at the individual sites. So like I think as long as the culture and normalcy of shogi is illegal move equals immediate loss, I think the websites that implement shogi should implement that rule. So as much as I like it on Shogi Wars that I can just Nifu to my heart's content, or move my king to my heart's content, just into check, but it just won't let me. I think that should change. One thing, I do feel like it benefits my opponents a lot more in Shogi Wars because like a lot of times when I'm making attacks and they're running up the board under time trouble, I think when you're trying to run your king, you're helped a lot by the fact that you cannot make an illegal move. So I think it's very common in a real, if you're playing real shogi and there's time pressure and you're making a king run, it's not unlikely that you're going to run into an illegal move, in real life. But on Shogi Wars, you can't. So these dirty flaggers will sometimes have their way with me because they can't lose by that. So it as many games as I lose with Nifu. I was going to say as many games as I lose with Nifu, I win by virtue of some other stuff on the other sites. I guess that's not true. I guess it's a lose-lose for me. Maybe that's how I'll interpret it. I'm gonna say thanks for the game. Have a nice day. I'm gonna exit and give them a thumbs up for their manner. That was fun. Let's go back to this. One thing that lishogi doesn't seem to implement is some of the ending ways. Like often you'll bring a game where I can't remember what the situation is. If they make an illegal move on Shogi Club 24, you bring the Kifu in, it'll say game is still playing or something like that. If they make an illegal move, I make an illegal move on 81 Dojo, like it looks like the game is just still running. I'll make a comment here. Oh, hi there, the fool, Nifus. So that's oh wait, this is not it. This is not no wait, this is not it. This is a variation. Oh, son of a gun. Let's get this out of here. No, I'm not deleting the study. Get this chapter out of here. Delete chapter. There is no going back, and that's fine. So let me bring this back up. Let's bring this game back up so that I get like the real Kifu. Yeah, 81 Dojo. That's a good summary. 81 Dojo is more realistic, but it's reality which is the problem. Yes. Add new chapter. Let's see if it says no. It still doesn't say illegal move. Okay, there we go. So now we've got the note. Let's. I'm going to request a computer analysis. I want to see. So my opponent speculated that silver 7-6 is the best move, and that does look good to me. I think I'd also consider horse 3-3 or 7-7. Okay, engine is saying horse 6-6 is the number one move, and this is a very slight advantage to Senta here. So basically an even game. An even game where I need food. All right, I'll take it. I like my chances. I like their chances, and I like my chances. This was the second move, but it's not as good. What about this? What about bishop 7-7? Oh, that's about equal to the other one. Okay. It's about equal to the silver move. It's still not as good as bishop 6-6, horse 6-6. So let's just bear with me. Why is this the best move by a good margin? What does this prevent? What is this attacking? What is this preventing? So I guess the threat is silver. King. And takes. So let's calculate that out. I have a silver and a gold. Silver, gold. Horse takes. So we have two golds. King takes. If king runs, if king goes back, then I drop the gold. I pull the gold down. If king takes, I take with the rook and promote. He can't really he can't interpose because then I'll drop the gold. Okay. Okay. So that does come with a threat. That does come with a threat. So let's say he didn't silver drop 4-8. So let's just say let's say he drops the rook. Let's say he drops the rook. Oh, so it's not mate. It's not mate. Oh, only move is rook takes. Obviously threatening mate here. Oh, okay. Pawn drop to 6. What is happening? We pawn to 6. Oh, the two. Okay, okay. Giving himself a runway. Okay, and then we get the silver 3-9. Silver 3-9. King runs. Rook takes 4-9. Set up the Tamaro. The engine's not finding mate, but it's completely winning, which means for me it could also be completely losing. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Those are nice. I've got some takeaways from this game. I've got some takeaways from these two games now. That's a good one. That's a real good one. Was this rook drop good? Yes. Best move. Never a doubt. Never a doubt. Pawn drop 5-9. Best move. So we're playing top of the engine moves. And then I play the move that it would be nice if for the engine I could relax the Nifu rule so that I could see if this would be the top engine move. I'm going to say it is. I'm just going to say it is. Actually, I don't think it is. I really like that. I really like that horse 6-6 now that I see it. Oh man, I am not in my proper scene. I've been doing all this analysis and I'm not even in the proper lishogi scene. Sorry about that, everybody. Cool stuff. Very cool stuff. I'm waiting for this to finish. So where did we just play a really good game here? I'm just going to quickly scan through. Think about this. So this mad rush, I'm not sure. I don't know what to do with it. It's static rook versus swinging rook, which means Gote, has a slight advantage. Me. What didn't the engine like? Engine did not like this. It didn't hate it. It's not the best. Silver 4-4. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I considered it. I definitely considered it. And then, the old standby, gold 6-1 to 5-2 is always a favorite of the engine. I get so tripped up by this. I'm not going to overthink this because it's in the grand scheme of things, engine evaluation wise, it's close enough. It doesn't matter, but we're still battling. My favor. So this was a favor for this was my opponent gave me some engine bucks. This is in my favor. Pawn drop 5-6. Oh, I thought I did drop pawn 5-6 here. Interesting. I thought I did. Guess I didn't. Silver 7-4. I like that. I like that. That pawn's not going anywhere. It's double attacked. And I open up my rook, and I defend this pawn. I like that. And I attack this, potentially. I like that. I mean, it's still engine wise, it's still, I like that idea. I should have thought about that to open my rook. Now it's a mistake. Not a mistake, but now it's... Of course it was not good. Yeah, I saw it immediately that it was not good because he can take that bishop. I mean, it is the fifth best move, but it's all right. Yeah, he should have taken. He should have taken with the rook. That was my perspective in the game. Oh, engine hates this. How is it? No. How is that possible? I'm going to have to kindly and politely and respectfully disagree with Engine-san here. Oh, because of this move. Oh, boy. Okay, so neither of us saw this. Neither of us saw this idea. Okay. These games today, I have gotten a lot out of. Two games, but lots of stuff out of them. I think lots of important things coming out of them. So I'm going to edit this. I want to edit this position. Let's see if we can do this. I want to see if this changes. How do I open this board in an editor? I want to see if this changes. If what I have in hand is a gold instead of a silver. Board editor. Oh, it opens in the same tab. All right. Well, let's see if this shows up. So let's see. This is, I don't know how to create this, but let's say I've got, let's say I've got this here. Let's say I've got this here. This is artificial. I don't know, but now analysis board. Let's bring this up. So now let's see. Wait, whose turn is it? Oh, it's okay. Edit this again. It's Gote's turn. Gote to play. Now analysis board. Bishop 5-3. It doesn't like this? Oh, of course. Okay. Yeah, change the pieces, but forget the whole idea behind why the silver can be placed there. Okay. Oh, all right. I've made a mockery of it. I've made a mockery of the position. Let's go back. All right, that's it. Let's get another game. 81 Dojo. Transition. Okay. Woo. So I've gotten some lessons today, and I have missed, and I think I've played better than I've analyzed. I think my analysis has been D tier. My play has been C tier. I want to watch this. I Dream of Shogi has been playing a ton lately on 81 Dojo. I sort of want to watch this game. Oh well, it's over. So there's no more pressure to watch because it's over. You didn't find fourth Rook games, but you found two old Mukai Bisha games that you played. Oh, I mean Mukai Bisha is legit. That's the good stuff. The Brahmaster is playing another 10:30 rated game. Game started. KKR. Look at this. So I'm gonna watch this. We're gonna watch this. I am going to. I need to take a break and get some tea. So this is a perfect opportunity. Let's see what his Gongi can do. Oh, he's not in Gongi. What's he doing? Maybe this is just a fast. Maybe he came against a fast attack. I don't know. I don't know. But I will be right back as we watch I Dream of Shogi. All right, I am back. See, the game is proceeding. I Dream of Shogi plays fast. I've watched a bunch of his games. Still trying to brew this tea. Like I said the other day, I wish I could share this green color. The green color of this Itoen green tea is really something. It's so nice. It almost makes me think. Makes me wonder if they're using some sort of coloring because so many green teas I see like they're natural from the leaf. Come out. They don't come out like green. They're orange or they're sort of brownish. Um, But this looks fantastic. All right, let it sit a little more. This is the same. So I am slumming it with these Ito-En bags. I'm using them twice. Using them twice, while I do the stream. Ooh. Ooh. What would I do here? He's no pawns. Now he's got a pawn. Hmm. So I'm glad to see him thinking here, because I sometimes think, like in these positions, sometimes I think that I think too much, and I wonder, like, man, how haven't I come up with this comprehensive system for dealing with these positions that all seem so familiar? And so I spent a lot of time, like yesterday, in one of the games yesterday, I was making similar attacks, a very similar attack, and I thought a long time before making my sort of eventual, I'd say, winning attack. But I thought a long time about it. And it was sort of bothering me as I'm playing a game. The clock is ticking. I'm trying to find a good move. At the same time, my brain is 50% occupied with chastising myself for not finding a good move in faster amount of time. So it's really weird. It's really weird. So it's good to see stronger players also thinking in critical moments. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I would have done. Is my little humble brag here. This is how I read it. Up until this drop. I wasn't thinking about what they were going to do after. Yeah, yeah, that is not a mm, mm. Interesting. Interesting. I was thinking I might give that up. Bring my pawn in, but maybe that is giving too much up. Okay. I like it. Cheering for the home team here. So Gabriel is watching football, and it's just a full spectator day. I enjoy this. I'm sorry. I apologies if someone wants to see me play. Right now. Apologies for that. As soon as it got into this position, now I'm sort of engrossed in it, and I'd really like to see how this works out. It's feeling dangerous. It's feeling awfully dangerous now for the home team. What did he do? Oh boy. I guess he's got to calculate if if he takes, is it mate? Horse takes, goes back. I don't. The Shodan players on 81 Dojo are sort of a deceptive group. You've got clowns like me in there, and you've also got people like this in there that seem to be really strong. And I don't know if he is. I don't know if I've just if they sort of lucked into this position as I sometimes luck into positions, or they read this the entire time. I never got that sense in chess. By the way, oh, I heard a doorbell. Apologies. I'll be right back. My wife just said she's getting it. Um, the I never seem to remember. Oh, so twice. I don't know if I greeted you or not, but greetings if I didn't, and if I did, double greetings. Yeah, good to see you. Always good to see that name pop up. I don't I in my limited chess life as an online chesser, as an online or offline chesser, I never really had I never had the feelings of like, oh, I'm playing a 1300. This guy could be, verging on national master, or he could be the worst player, that I've seen in a month. Like I never had that feeling in chess. Like I generally knew what to expect as I, was playing through the various ratings. In shogi, I'll see a showdown. I'll be like, what is this guy like the greatest player who's ever lived? Um, I think maybe it's partly it's the nature of shogi is that shogi is so that these games get so sharp that sometimes even people like me can put together moves that just look like crushing, just look incredible. Like in one of my games yesterday, I put together a real nice combination that like, especially since I did it very quickly, like I could imagine an onlooker who doesn't know anything be like, "Oh, that's a strong player," but like the reality is no. It's just I just luckily this idea just luckily popped in my mind in this one game. I don't know. So what do we think he's going to do? What do we think he's going to do? He can't chase. Like there's no chasing. There's no chasing to be had here. The king could just run. The king can just run, and he's not going to have enough to do anything with. Okay, so that's interesting. So if he takes with the pawn, presumably he goes back this way. No, because then the discovered attack. So if he takes with the pawn, comes over here. Okay, well he didn't take with the pawn. I was more afraid of taking with the pawn. TBHQ. To be honest, quite. Oh, but now it does. Okay, so that's nice. That horse doesn't only attack, he also protect. He also protect right now. Okay. Yeah. It's unfortunate. It feels like that had to be the way. Wait, discovery attack loses the horse. Oh, because the silver. Oh, because the silver. That's probably why he put the silver. Ah. I'd be sweating some bullets right here in Gote's in Sente's position, just because the opponent now has a lot of pieces. The opponent has a lot of pieces, and that token being ready to be made. That said, okay, so he's going to make that token. That said, Adrian Shogi also has a ton of defensive pieces. I like it. I like it. So yeah, he takes. All right. Is that enough? What now? What now? Drop the pawn back here? But then you lose the attack of the pawn. The bishop drop on 4-7 is I think scary. Got another follow. Zokerhoon, thank you for that follow. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy Shogi. Hope you're having a good Sunday here. Um, Played a couple games today. Play a lot of Shogi on this channel, and watching a game of friend of the channel right now. This KKR 5015 player, also known as I Dream of Shogi, YouTuber and all around nice guy. Hope you're doing well. I sort of got engrossed in this. I thought I would turn it on just to sort of pass the time while I went on a bio break while streaming, and now I'm engrossed in the game and finding it hard to leave it. Oh, okay. Does that does that does that does that do much? What is? I mean, can they drop a pawn here? Can they drop a pawn on 4-7? Instead of the bishop. Yes, it blocks. Yes, it blocks the horse temporarily. I mean, he could also drop a pawn on on 3-6, I think. But so he does as I had said earlier, that bishop 4-7.
10秒。 20秒
Okay. Yeah, seems reasonable. Yeah, it gives him running room and brings that knight into the attack. I like that. I'm not sure I like that take of the gold. Maybe. Maybe. Ah, okay. Oh. No way that's fast enough. No way. No way. This is going to be a if should he lose, that's a nice move. Oh, that I like that. So should he lose, this is going to be a hurtful one to the old rating. Is there any way he can take and okay, that I was just gonna say, is there any way he can get that out of the way and Tumero at the same time? Because it's still
10秒
I don't know how you defend this. Let's see. Seems like we're getting okay, that's how you defend it. Or that's a way to defend it anyway. Hi, Zucker. Yeah, hello. Yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. Knight 6/6 check. That's a yeah. Oh, that's an interesting idea, Ornolf. Yeah. Yeah, that's looking back, that is looking kind of
10
strong.
秒
Wait. Oh, he has no silvers. He only has he has a silver. If he takes a silver, if he takes 6/3 no promote. I mean, obviously it's not his turn.
10秒
But if he takes 6/3 no promote, um,
20秒 10秒
yeah, I don't think that gold pressures anything.
10秒 20秒
Does he have it? Does Adrian Shogi have it now?
5 6 7 8 9
Okay. Yeah, I think he has it now. Now I think it's potentially Tsumero, right? Oh, very nice, Capivara. Very nice, Gabriel. Taking a break from the football to see that. Very nice. See you see this, and I see it's ostensibly I'm the same rating as this Karotaka. On paper I'm the same rating, but like you see this really strong game against a very strong player with like a real tidy kind of nice mate and 11 on the board or whatever that was at the end. And in almost no thinking time. Maybe they were thinking on Dream Shogi's turn, but it's tough. It's just tough. Oh, the max is 1921. Okay. That makes some sense. That makes some sense. Because there's such fluctuation. And shogi is such a fragile game. But then again, he was very fast at the end there. All right, so I'm not going to stick around for the PGA. Let's go to a game. Here's a guest. Let's challenge. Shiba Mizu. Shiba Mizo, not Shiba Mizu. Greetings. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Get our Urashina Ryu on. The guest is like, oh god, what did I get myself into? Okay, we got another. We got another Doniko potential here. Is he gonna rush it? No, he's not. Let's get this up. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay. Get our king over. Let's try not to knee food this game. Alrighty then. So what does Urashino Ryu channel do? Is it pawn 7-6, pawn 7-6, silver 6-6, silver 7-7? Is that what Urashino Ryu channel does? You know, gold 5-2. Let's do it. No, yeah. Let's do it. I don't know, because it does give up this pawn if he decides to side pick the pawn. Get this up. So knight coming next. Come up this way. Oh, we got one of these. All right. Okay, so this is a game already of surprises. We've got surprises. We've got surprises in store. Okay. What are we doing? Do I have any tricks? Take, take, take. Pawn. He goes back. Pre-move. Oh, this is a 15-minute game. The rook nicely defending the fork. So we've got a pro here. We've got a pro. Hey, Mithrin dear. Yeah, it is a rare occurrence. It's a rare occurrence indeed. Um, all right, let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah, fair enough. So what we get here is or what's he looking to do? Yeah, my rook is still defending this. Um, so if I push my pawn, takes. If I push my pawn, what's he going to do? Take. Then I push my pawn. Then I drop a pawn. I push my. He takes. I drop my pawn. He takes. I take with the bishop. All right, let's do it. Ah! Shogi players hate this one trick. So if he takes, do I just take here? Because it's not a guarantee. Be interesting to see yet again if the engine likes this. Because I overuse this move. I think I absolutely overuse this move, especially since the king is on this left side. I'm not sure of the value of taking this gold. Like if he drops a silver here, now I'm sort of like in I don't think a great spot because I can no longer expose that attack. All right. Almost spilled stuff. Sorry. And sorry for the noise. Okay. 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 Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, son of a gun. So take. Mmm. Take, bishop drop, go back. Because otherwise, I take this is getting hit. If I escape up here and promote, he's got the gold drop just on head for mate, or the silver drop, the silver drop. He doesn't have a gold. Okay, that's interesting. Let's get him out of there. Defend that. And now, oh, now he's got it. Yeah. Now it's rough, and I resign. All right. Good game. Good game. Thank you for the game. Have a nice day. We out of here. Let's get another. Okay, so this 1965 level player is looking for a practice game. This will probably be much worse than the player we just played. So just just kidding. Just kidding. Gets are hardcore on 81 Dojo. They are hardcore. What was let's copy that in. Let's copy that into lishogi. Actually, I will analyze a little bit. I will analyze a little bit. What am I trying to do? Tools, analysis, import game. It's always fun to get wrecked in 60 moves. Study. 81 Dojo. So where were we? Where were we? Yeah, they're playing sort of, they're sneaky. They're sneaky. They're sneaky. Pawn 2-4. Yeah, good, good. Ah, okay. Bishop takes. Oh, it's not this. Engine prefers this. Wow. Okay. But it's still fine. So this is still fine though. This is still fine. I must have gone overboard. And this is it. Okay. Yeah, because that drop point. Because that Silver drop 6-8 is even better. What? What? Oh, to set up the fork. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Wait. Can I not run? Can I not run? Oh, because now we get this. And it's still. Oh, that no. No, because it's not check. It's just this. It's just this. Okay. Every single anonymous guy you ever played there give you a feeling of suspicion. There's well there so I understand the sentiment. I think they're just really good players. I don't necessarily think that these are cheaters, because inevitably, not inevitably, but many times when I look at the games after, um, like in this game, they will not be making the top move. So, or as you would analyze, like, I think it's very easy. I think shogi's a game where it's very easy to feel cheated, but very often, but I think it's a game where it's very easy to erroneously feel like you were cheated. So for these guests, I don't jump to that conclusion. Maybe I'm being naive, or maybe I'm just trying to save my own, you know, sanity by hoping that there aren't cheaters. But in I do get a lot of games against these guests. So if we go into my 81 dojo Kifus, you'll see, like, I run the engine analysis and you'll see the graph. There are a lot of times I'll play a guest and the guest will make no mistakes and will win the game. But there are a lot of times when I play people 2 or 3 ranks below me where I make no mistakes and I, have a perfect game, basically, 50 to 75 cent upon loss. So I think shogi, like I said, I think shogi is one of those games where it's very easy to feel cheated because the game itself is so crazy, and moves that feel so crazy at the time. It feels crazy if you don't see them, but if you see them, it's not like, sometimes you have to be the person making an attack to see the attack. And so it's so tough to do. It's so tough to do because a lot of times, like I say, if you are a player who is 3 or 4 levels below someone, it's very easy to give the opponent very easy moves. Same thing as in chess. But I gave my opponent a spectacular attack. That's what I am taking away from this. Not that they had their engine running or anything like that, but that I made reckless moves that gave them the chance for a spectacular attack, and they took it. So the shogi world is different. It's definitely different. I think more than chess, I think there's a large portion, not large, but larger relatively, portion of the shogi world that seems to love beating on noobs. The sandbagger problem in shogi is very real across these sites. And I just think it's that. I think I'm just playing people who are way better than me in these guest games. And so the way I'm choosing to look at it is that yeah, I am getting smacked and embarrassed on stream against these guests. But it's my chance to play a really good player in a game that really has no consequence, kind of thing. And if they're using an engine, if they're using an engine, obviously I will in obvious ways I will know because I've played enough engines to know there are some telltale ways that the engines do things. So I feel like I'll know, but maybe I won't. Maybe I'm just sort of maybe I'm taking my own sense of the game a little too. I didn't switch my scene too much to heart, but I am choosing to believe that these guests are not cheating. And I think for the most part, I really do think for the most part they're not. Sometimes maybe. But I think for the most part not. What is the motivation as a guest? As a guest, what's the motivation for that? Just to see the world burn and make shogi lovers angry? It seems like I don't see their end game. I don't see what the end game would be for a guest to come on and cheat, at least in large numbers. I understand some people just sort of do want to see the world burn, or they just want to be a jerk, or they want to do something else. But the stakes are so low on these sites to begin with that especially in a guest game, it seems unlikely. But you could be right. Yeah, it's just really weird. And you say there are a million people idling in the lobby, but only a handful of challenges. Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of the people in 81 Dojo are not necessarily players. I think that's a large problem in the Western shogi world is that a lot of our players don't play a lot of our Western players don't actually play all that much. So yeah. Goshujin, yeah, I think I did respond to this, but yeah, I get wiped in almost every single guest game. Today, the first game that I played was against a guest, and I won. But it happened to be, I think, a relatively new player because Tokyo Peach came on and said that she was, it was what did she say? It was a friend of hers who plays Go. So that was literally one of the first, if not the first time I've ever beaten a guest on stream. And normally I get wrecked. I just get wrecked. But that's the thing. I on 81 Dojo, I'm only a Shodan. There are a lot of levels above that. And I could be inflated based on sort of gaming the rating system by, picking and choosing opponents I thought I could beat. Or more precisely, avoiding particular opponents. I avoided the players who had 10,000 plus games played, on 81 Dojo, I avoided, the two Qs who have 10, 20,000 games played, that kind of thing, where something's going on. You say that I'll read your comment. Even if you knew 100% these are real people, still you're not having a good time getting curb stomped every game. I understand and agree. I understand that feeling and agree with it. That's why I don't do this. I mean, you'll notice this is a rare thing that I do on 81 Dojo is come in and play the guests. It's also one of the reasons why I don't like playing bots so much. That kind of thing. It's not fun to sort of. It's not fun. I do think there is instructional value from getting curb stomped, but not all the time. But then the last part of your sentence, you say, unlike you, I'm a casual player. For you, fun is the main priority. See, I am very much. I don't think you could call me a serious player. I am never going to be a top amateur. I'm never going to be very good at this game. I'm starting too late, and I think my mind is not in that same, it's not in that same, even ignoring, the effects of age on the brain. Competitively, this is something that I've noticed about myself over the past year, 2 years that I've been playing over the board and online. Where when I was younger and playing baseball and tennis and competing in things, competition was and is a big part of my life, but I don't have the killer instinct I once had. I don't know if any older people in chat can sort of identify with that, but like when I am playing a game of over the board shogi, at some point in a lot of these games, I'll be winning so I'll be winning or close, or let's say I'm winning, or let's say I'm slightly losing and it's a close game. I'll be playing my heart out. I'll be trying my best because I love the game. But the little these little loser thoughts, I'll call them loser thoughts, start creeping in, where it's like, I wish I could draw. Like, I wish I could draw this player. I don't want to beat him. I don't want to beat this player. I see that they're playing real hard. So it's like these are ideas that in my 20s or whatever, as a kid, I'd be calling loser thoughts. They are anti-competitive loser thoughts. Like that's how losers play. When you care about your opponent's feelings and you're not just trying to smash them into the dirt. And I've noticed these ideas come into my head quite often, where like I'm about to mate someone and I'm thinking, I could see on their face, that they're really disappointed. And it's like, I'm gonna mate you, but like, I wish I could force a draw. And I find myself doing that more often over the board. Because you're seeing the faces of people there, and I don't know if it's also because of not that I am famous by any stretch of the imagination, not that I even have anything, but I do know there have been some people I've played in the past that have seemed kind of mildly excited to play me. And it's like, I don't want to lose to this. I don't want to win. I also don't want to lose. I'm rambling. I'm rambling, but it's a very strange situation, and I wish I could get that competitive mojo back, or especially make sure I turn it on for the next tournament. Because the last tournament, I was fortunate to be able to hold off these thoughts. I was able to hold off these thoughts for a long time in the tournament. They started hitting me at some point, but I was able to sort of play through them. Oh, your meaning was that you don't seek to improve yourself. It's not your aim. Okay, yeah, I absolutely want to improve. Like, part of the enjoyment for me is the improvement, and because I'm, among other nerdy things, I'm a stats nerd. I like numbers. I like metrics. I like seeing goalposts. I like achieving measurable goals. So for me, a lot of times, and that part of the fun is the beauty of the game and the camaraderie of playing with other people and speaking to other people about it. But it's also improvement and seeing myself improve. That's something that I really enjoy. So yeah, that is, I guess, if that makes it more serious than casual, I get you. I totally get you. You consider me a professional. Yeah. True. Many people are saying this. Shogi, it's streaming professional. I have made I have made literally dollars doing this. So I am a professional. Some of those dollars came from my wife who bought a shirt. But still, technically, which is the best, it's technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. Ornalt, you say, it'd just make your opponent feel bad if you weren't trying your best. Yeah, so that's another thing. That I agree. I agree. So I try to mask, I do try to mask this. Like, this might have been the first time I've ever talked about this particular topic. I think, either on this channel or anywhere. This feeling that I have, this feeling that has started to hit me as I started getting older, where I'm playing younger people, and oftentimes I kind of don't necessarily want to win because their future is more important than my future. My future is kind of like, obviously I have hopefully many decades of shogi left to play, but at the same time, some of my opponents that that are in their 20s or kids that are literally under 10 years old. There are three of these people that are immediately in my mind. There are potentially more where that I can think of where they have many decades less experience than me. So anyway. Oh, off-topic question. Where can one find an opening explorer that features Urashino opening lines? This is such a great question. And unfortunately, I don't have a great answer. Because lishogi does not... You say the way you say opening explorer makes me think that possibly you're referencing lichess. So if you are, or if you're not referencing lichess, apologies that I'm going to start talking about lichess. But so you say yes. So for anyone curious, I'm going to show you what lichess has, and this is something that I have wanted in lishogi for a long time, and this is one of the things for the past year that I've sort of been hoping that they focus on, and like I said yesterday, I think, I since the beginning I've been giving my little financial, this tiny amount of financial support to lishogi every month, for 2-3 years, however long it's been. So it's not much, but I've been hoping that stuff like this comes out, and unfortunately, the lishogi people have been focusing more on variants and stuff that I don't care about, but Here is what lishogi or lichess has. So let's say I have this in dark mode. Hopefully, let me switch my scene so you can see a little better. I had thought that maybe this would work, the same sort of display. Let me browser. This is not showing up either. So I'm gonna do this. So I'll take off video. I'll take off. Let me just make sure I don't have any other scenes that might be able to show this. Okay, now, so we'll stick with this. We'll stick with this for a little bit here without video. So let's say I want to play King's Indian. Trying to drag. So knight f3. Oh, interesting that they call this Zuckertort. I think most people call this ready, but I want to play King's Indian. So we do this. Let's say they do d5. I come up, and so we're in King's Indian attack main. So here we are. There's this button here. Okay, if I scroll down under here, there's this button. Is it showing yet? There it is. Opening Explorer. So what this does is pops up this pane. It shows the possible moves, not the possible moves, in order of the number of games where this move has been played, it shows the possible next moves and the win rate. And this is This is incredible stuff. This is mind-blowingly incredible to me. So this right now is the Masters database. You could also look at the Lichess database. So, it's one thing to look at Masters. I think for the most part, for someone, for most amateurs, it's not worthless, but it's less valuable than looking at people around your level. So let's say Lichess. I set the Lichess database. I'm going to change my time control to get out of bullet. Let's say blitz, rapid, correspondence, anything. Let's say the average rating, we'll set this to people that are 1800 and above on Lichess, which is, I don't know what 1800 Lichess is. 900 FIDE, like the Lichess rate. That's an over exaggeration, but the Lichess ratings are known to be inflated compared to what most others are. So anyway, we do this, and now we see, okay, so most people will match with knight f6. This is not knight f6, and we go from here. So I am the King's Indian attack player. I want to see, okay, my opponent did this. What should I have done? I mean, it's obvious to any King's Indian attack player that what you're going to do is bishop g2, but like bishop, oh look, bishop 90 in this position, 93% of the time someone plays bishop g2. The win rate, the wins for white are 51%, the wins for black are 42, and there's some small draw in there. And you go here. So if we had this in shogi, like, it would be incredible. But lishogi does not have the biggest database in the world, because we don't have that many players there. There are a lot of games played, many of them by bots. There are databases out there of shogi games, such like Shogi DB2. So theoretically, lishogi could download a bunch of these and put them in. As people are pointing out, Play Shogi has a feature like this. I'm going to sound nasty. I am saying this in the least nasty way possible, just because I don't want to sit here thinking about a way to sort of mince my words or sweeten my words, but it's basically worthless. The games, you don't see. It's a database, I think, of mostly pro games, which are very limited, let's say, very limited in variation, in variety. Very limited in number in this database, it seems like. So there are very few lines that you can follow, in my experience, in the Play Shogi database. And I think a lot of those are old too. There are reasons why Kifus were not available. There was a law that, just like in the chess world, which was overturned a while ago, that these Kifus were owned by like the newspapers and the people who sponsored the event, so you couldn't just use them. I'm going to go back to lishogi here and change my scene back to the so we get a camera. But one of my first experience with Play Shogi's database is like, okay, I'm a central rook player. I see that my opponent did this. I played central rook. My opponent moved their silver up. Okay, what do I do against this? No games found. Like, because pros don't, the variety in pro games are so limited, and this database is so old, there's just not enough. So it's like you need a database of amateur games to be able to make this thing worthwhile, in my opinion. Because otherwise, you'll never be. Shogi, it's so flexible in the opening, even more than chess. It's so flexible in the things you can legitimately do, and you would never know that by looking at the pro game. So it makes an opening explorer for shogi a little less valuable. So we have these, if heroes, the people behind Shogi Wars, the Shogi Quest people. If they got together and took their games, created a big database, and slapped a UI in front of it, much like Lichess, lishogi doing that, we would have this incredible opening explorer, and we'd be able to see like, oh, okay, in this game between a shodan and a two-dan, Urashino Ryu in response to the Urshin Ryu attack, the two Dan pushed pawn 5-6, and then here are the possible options around it. It's that kind of thing. So this is a long way to say that what I think we have is hopefully what you're looking for Urashina Ryu. We have these studies, and let's go into lishogi here. Let me find it. We have studies, and we could say Urashina. Search for Urashina Ryu. There are some in here. There aren't many. So here's this one from Ladies Professional Shogi Harbor. I don't know if you know of her, but the only Western shogi professional to ever live, used to stream for them. I guess still technically does, but I think she went over a book on Urashina Ryu on stream once, and made some videos about it. They're nice videos. It's old Urashina Ryu. It's not new Urashina Ryu, so it's already sort of limited value if you want to stick to the new stuff. But you'll see, there's this chapter, Urashino Basics. It shows the line. So it's going to do the bowing pawn. This is the old Urashino Ryu. So you see this, and I'll put this study in the chat. So you get this kind of stuff. We have studies, but you don't really know. You definitely don't get like a breadth of responses. You get responses from a book, or you get responses from the person that's making the study. You might get the common ones, but you don't get that full breadth of openings that you would if you had like a full database of 1 million games or 100,000 games. So there's that. You also, people, I think, in all games, this is the case. Shogi, chess, Street Fighter, people are very opinionated. People are extremely opinionated. And a lot of times, the conventional wisdom or the beliefs that people have are just flat out wrong, or will be proven wrong with an engine. Or if they're not wrong, if they're still sort of technically right, they're awfully misleading. So, it doesn't matter in shogi as an amateur. It doesn't matter if bringing the gold up is better than bringing the silver up for, like, it does not matter for the most part, because someone is going to do it to you, and you need to refute it. If you believe that this is a bad move, you need to be able to refute a bad move. And some of these, bad moves are, I would almost say, irrefutable. You can't refute them, because they're not losing moves. So that's the thing. You don't get that unless you have an opening explorer. So when you're going through studies, studies are great. They're great. And like Mithrandir says, God bless the people who make the studies. Absolutely. So if you want Central Rook, I opened this to the world. This is get Lee Chess out of here. This is my studies, my public studies. Oh, this is going to be hard to find. I don't know if I called it Nakabisha. Okay. My Central Rook lines. So this is the closest you will get to an opening explorer. I hit the max. I hit the max size of these study chapters. So I stopped doing it here, and it's sort of along the same time I started moving to Urashino Ryu. But anyway, I'll put this just to get a sense if you want to play along with me here. This is it's not going to show on the side. So let me get the browser. Let me I'll transition here just to see more of the screen. You'll see in here there's a mass of stuff. a mass of stuff. So this is, and I have some chapters here. Is this showing up? I think my video might be blocking it. Let's my video is blocking. But anyway, you'll see these chapters are Gote opposing versus swinging rook. This was a relatively new one. But Gote versus static rook. Gote opposing versus static deceiver. Gote versus swinging rook. Gote opposing versus Sente versus static rook. So let's look at the Sente chapter. Sente versus static rook. Here's what we have. Of course, this is the one move. And now what you'll see in the bottom of this study, I'll scroll up. Here are all the possible moves that the opponent can do. Not all that they can do. These are all of the opponent's possible moves that I have. These are all the opponent's moves that I have personally studied. So the way that these lines or these kifus were built and are built, because I still do this for Urshin or Ryu. I still do this on local files now because the lishogi study feature is. I run out of moves. I'd have to break it up a lot, and I don't want to lose my kifus, so I do this locally now. But what I would do, so I'd go Sente versus static rook. Number one, the top move is pawn 8-4. So opponent does this. I do that. So let's see again now. We've got a bunch of responses here that the opponent can do. Let's say they do silver 7-2. This is a move I believe that you will never see a pro play. I believe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I seem to remember that this is a move that, like, this is an amateur move. The pros don't, maybe if a pro played fast games, but like, stepping back, how I built a lot of these, I started out with Shogi DB2, that site that I referenced before that has all the shogi kifus for pros. I looked for Nakabisha games, and I found the Nakabisha games of Satomi, the ladies pro, the greatest ladies pro who has basically ever lived. She's a Nakabisha player, and I didn't know that at the time. I just eventually, as I started downloading all these Nakabisha kifus, I saw the same string of characters, which were her name. Like, I didn't know what it was. It's like, boy, I'm seeing this name a lot. Who is this? So I looked it up, and that's where I learned that it's Satomi, now named Fukuma. And so I started off with her kifu, using her kifus were the first ones that I used to build my opening explorer. So we'd get to this point, let's say, Sente, and then I push this. Sente pushes. Actually, let's say they do this. I think 8-5 is probably more common in the pros, but they'll do this. Oh, not this. Not this. Yeah. Oh, pawn 3-4. Yes. Yeah. Pawn 3-4, and pawn 5-5. So this I would find from her game. But like, if someone did, if someone did silver 7-2, this is where it's like, okay, now I need to go to the engine. So I'd take take a local engine, not the in-browser one. The in-browser one isn't as good as a local sort of top of the line Yanara O, and I'd run that for a long time, basically getting at least to depth 35 to 40, which could be 10 minutes, it could be 20 minutes with high performance, with many fast cores, etc. And I'd see the options, see what the engine likes, and then pick one of them. Local. By local, I mean I'm running the engine in a different application. I'm running it on a locally running application. So I have downloaded and compiled, and I've built the Yanara O engine on my machine, and I run that on my machine. So it's not running in the browser here, or I mean this browser one is local, but that's it. So I'll be running those on like, on one of my high performance machines. And I'll see, oh, okay. So what does the engine like? Well, this isn't what the engine likes. This is a bad example because it's like the engine doesn't like this, but I want to play, central rook. So I move the central rook over. I moved the rook over. I built it. I mean, I compiled it. I downloaded the source code because I'm on Mac and a lot of these binaries don't exist, the pre-built ones. So I just download the source code and I compile it. I didn't build it as in create it. I downloaded the software and compiled it. Sorry if I'm using sort of developer lingo. On Windows, a lot of these engines are just easily downloadable as executables. But so we do this, and now they're just doing straight up bogeying. And I'd see, like, I would go to the engine, and I'd see, this is an option. I'm going to guess that this is not the number one. I'm going to guess that the engine actually wants to move back over here, potentially. So it's especially with ranging rook, it's a battle. It's a battle against the engine where you're trying to find moves, because the pros don't play these lines. So it's trying to find a reasonable way to get ideas to play central rook. And it's funny because in doing this, there are a few lines. There's something called chokyusen. Chokyusen. It's an opening, against. It's a very sharp opening of Nakabisha versus static rook, and I independently invented this Josuke with the help of the engine. The pros don't play it, so I didn't have that from a pro Kifu. But an 8-year-old who I used to play over the board, an 8-year-old that I used to play over the board would play this sharp line. He would attack like this. So my goal in creating this was like, how am I going to beat this kid? How am I going to defend against this kid? And I independently developed this Josuke that's called Chokyusen and used it against him. And it wasn't until much later that I realized, oh, this is a real strategy. This is a real strategy that I invented by myself with the help of the engine. And to me, that sort of validated a lot of the work that I do in the engine. To me. And maybe I'm wrong. And again, again, as in these are things I've said in the past. This is not to say that this opening study is all that useful or helpful towards development. And this is not to say that you shouldn't be doing Tsume problems. And this is not to be saying that like engine analysis and opening study is the greatest thing in the world. But it's just that I enjoy doing it. I think I have gotten a lot out of it. And I'm going to continue doing it because I think I have gotten a lot out of it and continue to enjoy it. So, there are, with Urashino Ryu, there was, there's that discussion of the line that no pro would ever play. So you would never see this in a pro game. But the line where I'm playing Urashino Ryu, the opponent drops the pawn on the head of my bishop, I go back and get into an opposing rook thing. That line that I've prepared and won many times with, that is 100% engine evaluation, like 100% engine preparation. That didn't come from a book. That didn't come from a pro game. It came from, the engine with my lightly guiding hand of picking a position that I thought I could understand. So, it's fun. It's fun. In California, I think because of it does require power, because I'm running these cores pretty high and pretty long. The important thing is having fun with it. Exactly, Gabrielle. Exactly. I don't know if I greeted you, Carmike, but greetings. Hopefully you get some use out of this. Like I have not put my Urashino Ryu lines on lishogi. Like I said, at some point in this study, in one of the chapters, I ran out of the total number of moves available in a single chapter. So I broke up my the opening into a bunch of chapters. You can only have 64 chapters in a study. So I broke them up by a bunch of chapters. Like I said, Gote versus this, Sente versus that, yada yada yada. So I've got a lot of chapters, but then there was a limitation that I didn't know about, which is simply the number of single moves in a chapter. So if you look at like this, it's just a wall of moves. This is a wall of moves. Here's one of the lines. So here's one of the lines when I do this. So here's one of the lines that started out from a pro game. And at the end of the variation, I will note it. So you'll see, we get to this point, and I give a comment. The comment is Fukuma Kato 2024, May 23, 2024, and here's a link to the game. So I end the study here. I end the opening variation here and provide a link to the game so you could see, or I could see, how it turns out. And again, this is none of this stuff is 100% foolproof. Engines are constantly getting better. I think especially in the shogi world, ideas that the engine says are good now or bad now, I do think there's still a chance that some of these are going to change. But it's the work I did to try to understand my opening a little better, especially in the face of some very wonky moves by my opponent. Like, no shogi book. I mean, even assuming you could read Japanese, I assume that no shogi book is going to go into some of these wonky things. Some of the, my opponents do, our opponents, online shogi is a crazy world, and people are memeing sometimes. They're memeing, they're trolling, they're trying to push the envelope of their own openings. They're experimenting. Everyone has different motivations. So you get some really weird stuff, and this stuff will never be covered by a book. So you've got, if you want to learn from it, you've got to somehow deal with it, either with your brain or a combination of your brain and the engine, and that's it. And unfortunately, like I think in the Lichess world, one major way that you can do that is by using their opening explorer, because it's like, if I have played a game against some crazy opening, odds are 1,000 people have played a similar game against a crazy opening. So, I wouldn't just be, in the Lichess world, when someone goes out of book, as a player who wants to analyze and learn from his mistakes at the end of the game, you're never on your own. You're never like right now. I feel a lot of times I'm just on my own with an engine, trying to make sense of this inscrutable engine. Thinking about things and getting ideas and trying to place human explanations on why the engine might be choosing something. And I think there's value in that. But like in the Lichess world, you just look to see what other people did, and you could find like, oh, this move is bad because, and here's all these games to reference, or here's the next move. It's great, and it's faster. It's much faster because, like I said, especially as you start getting into more complicated positions, it takes a long time for some of these engines, these shogi engines, even running on like a supercomputer effectively, it takes a long time to get to a reasonable depth where you can feel confident that the answers are pretty correct. So anyway, you wonder if channels like Urashino Ryu and Hero Man study, and how, I'm sure they study. But Urashino Ryu, there are books on Urashino Ryu. I don't know if there are books on Ahiru Gakoi, but there are books on Urashino Ryu. I'm gonna guess they don't. They may not cover some of the crazy stuff that we see on stream, just because not only are we amateurs, or just, I'll just say me. Not only am I an amateur, but I'm a relatively low level amateur. So it's even worse. It's that, so it's even more likely that I'll be facing some crazy stuff because my opponents will also be worse. And books probably won't cover a lot of these things, but that doesn't mean I don't want to learn from these positions because I keep getting them. That's the thing. It's like, I keep getting weird stuff. It doesn't matter if a book says that, Migi-gyoku is not a great is not a great opening against Urashino Ryu. It doesn't matter if a book says that. If my opponents keep doing it and they keep beating me with it, Gabrielle, you say that you imagine how Shodan studies and created 3 openings. I am going to guess now. I not in any ways to pat myself on the back. I am going to guess that Shodan 7's approach is very similar to mine. I am going to guess. He's just starting with a much better shogi intuition and brain than I am. But I think in the end, we all go to the engine. Because that's a lot of how chess development is happening. It's the same thing. Top pros are looking to find not necessarily the best move. They're looking to find good moves. They're looking to find good moves that have lots of possibilities and lots of areas for their opponents to be tripped up. So that's another thing I'll look at in some of these openings. So if I get to a point where I'm choosing between 2 moves to make my repertoire, this thing, I'm air quoting that because it's not like I'll always remember these, but a lot of times, I'll see what the engine likes, and as long as moves are relatively, good, I'll pick the one that I think is more my style or more in the spirit of Urashino Ryu. But there will also be times when I'll see a couple options. They might be, let's just say they're, for the sake of argument, they're equal options. But in this equal option, if I do each of these options, in one of the option, the opponent will only have one move to that isn't like putting them into a tough spot. And it's not, and especially if it's not an obvious move, I will choose that as my repertoire move because it's trickier. It's trickier for the opponent to deal with. So, if everything else is similar, pick the trickier thing. Pick the option that gives the opponent fewer options. So that's sort of the logic around how I build these things. And again, I'm an idiot. So this is a problem. This is a problem that the human guiding, I'm the human that's puppeteering the engine, or maybe the engine is puppeteering me. But either way, I'm the idiot here. And so, my sense of aesthetic and my sense of what is better when picking between 2 similar engine moves, that might be off. But, it is to my taste, and it is to what I perceive to be the spirit of the opening. Anyway, that's a lot of words to explain that. But I do hope that someone might find this study useful. I see that it only has 3 hearts. So maybe, and it's probably one of them is probably mine. So I'm guessing not many people find much value in this. But I have found a lot of value in this over the past couple years. Not so much in the past 3 to 6 months where I've been an Urashino Ryu player. And one thing about this is that a lot of this does not even cover Oniguma, which is something that I really love doing. So it's very tough to do these things. I would love to use this to make a book or whatever, and try to a book backed with a study that people could use. But again, I'm an idiot. Maybe if I hit Shogi Wars 2 Dan someday or 3 Dan, I'd feel comfortable doing something like that. But even then, the Shogi world in the West is so small. What gonna get to spend thousands of hours building this thing and get like 3 sales? It's tough times out there, I think, in the Shogi world. You think you hear Kawana saying that he looks for the negative 0.3 to negative 0.7 moves, but that has interesting ideas. Yeah, totally. And that's that's, I think, because I listen to so many of these chess podcasts, I know what the chess players are doing. And, a lot of that has informed the way I do this. One heart is you. Thank you, Carmike. Thank you. I mean, not. I mean, these are studies. It's not like I can convert a heart to a penny or something like that. None of it matters. And in some ways, I almost, it's weird because in some ways you want to hide all this, because if someone sees this, they know they can study my preparation, so they know what I am going to do in response to what they do, assuming that I can remember my lines, which is not always a good assumption. But I'm putting this out there just because I'm never going to be Meijin. I'm never going to be the United States champion. I'm playing for the love of the game, and I'm trying to get better. And I do believe that, a rising tide lifts all boats. So yeah, maybe this will make my opponents better against me, but maybe that'll make me better too. I don't know. Or maybe this is all just the ramblings of a crazy person, like all these lines, and it's just total disinformation. So you follow this thing trying to learn Nakabisha, and what you're actually learning is the way to lose to Urashino Ryu. That's what all these lines are. How to actually convincingly lose to Urashino Ryu. I'm just gonna keep scrolling through the study just to show, like, lishogi studies, they do let you use a lot of moves, but they do have a limit. When did I start playing? Well, I'm still scrolling here. Let me just finish scrolling up all the way to the top. I started learning how I was playing Go around 20 years ago. And around that time, one of the Go tangential games, being Japanese, is shogi. So I learned how the pieces move. I learned that, like, let's say 18 to 15 years ago. I learned how the pieces move and played a little bit, not much, but I started playing and trying to get better around 2 years ago, and this is when I first started playing over the board. So the pandemic was going on. Everyone was in lockdown, and the Silicon Valley Shogi Club, then called the South Bay Shogi Club, was on hiatus, like everyone. They couldn't meet. But I found out about them. So it's during lockdown. I'm like, oh, remember this? I remember this game. Looking for things to do at home. Chess was one of those, watching chess, but it's like, oh, but wait a minute. There was also that game Shogi that I played a long time ago. So I picked it back up, looked for local clubs, did a little bit online. Like, we had some online meetups and stuff like that for Silicon Valley Shogi Club. And then when the lockdown lifted, we had a meeting we had a dinner at the club president's house. He made, I think we brought our masks. Some people were wearing masks, some people were not. But he made dinner and we played some shogi. And in that game, I lost. I was center rook, of course. I lost to that static rook attack, which I call the rite of passage. So I've talked about that on stream a bunch of times. I call it the rite of passage, where I do center rook. The opponent still pushes, and then let's say I go central rook. I make my central rook. I'm going to delete this. I don't want this in the book. It's like, oh, okay, I'm going to make my central rook. Let me go over. Boom, you're dead. Kind of thing. And this, it's the rite of passage. And I lost to it just like everyone loses to it, especially every central rook player. I'm guessing, especially because you're a central rook player. You want to move your rook over to the center, and this line in particular makes it slower to get into central rook, and I got beat. I got beat by it. And the guy, it's funny, the guy who beat me at that time, with this line, he's still a member of the club. He's still a member of the club. He's still there. He's one of these guys. Like, it sounds like you were talking earlier. He's just there for the friendship and just the shared enjoyment of the game. He is, I think, he's not trying to get better. And he doesn't like competition, I think, for the most part. He's just there to enjoy the game. He loves to teach. I think that's what makes a very rich gaming community. When you have different interests. You have some hyper competitive people. You have some people that aren't competitive but like to teach. You have some people who like to promote. You have some people who like to watch. You have people who like to organize. You get all these people together and you have a nice, rich community. Chess is that way, obviously. Chess has a ton of all the kinds. It has people who just want to run tournaments. It has people who just want to be arbiters at tournaments. It has people who just want to play tournaments. It has kids who want to get better. It has parents who want to watch and help their kids get better. It has all these people. So in the chess world, you can find anything you want at any time, for the most part. Shogi is such a smaller world in the West that we don't have that great mix. But in Northern California, we have I would say, except for maybe Brazil and parts of Europe. I don't even know about the Europe. I'm not going to speak to the Europe. I'm going to say, except for maybe Brazil, I think that the United States, Northern California, has maybe sort of the greatest little mix of shogi stuff going on. And it's really nice. It's really nice to see. So anyway, that was around 3-ish years ago or whatever that was. But anyway, at some point it was a weekend. I think it was Saturday. I think it was a Saturday. And I went, we still at that time hadn't been playing, I think, over the board. I said on a Saturday, I posted in the Discord, I said, is anybody playing? Does anybody feel like playing over the board? Does anybody feel like doing this? And the leader of the East Bay Shogi Club said, not today, but tomorrow morning we meet at this coffee shop in the East Bay. The East Bay is about an hour from me without traffic. It's with traffic, it's about an hour and a half. But anyway, so I thought, oh great, let me go. And so I went that morning. Took the long drive, especially in the morning when there's no traffic. It's a really nice drive, so that's fun. Got to this coffee shop. It's a great coffee shop. He was there, and this 8-year-old kid from Japan was there, and the rest is history. I loved it. Played them every week. The little kid's mom was there, so I'd be talking to her in between games, and it was just so fun. It was a great introduction to sort of playing with other humans. And I didn't win for a long time. I think we grew together. So I don't know what level they were at the time, but this is about 2 years ago. The kid now, who was 8 years old at the time, he is now. I actually noticed yesterday he's hit 3 Dan on 81 Dojo. The club leader is Shodan on 81 Dojo. I think he's a little underrated. I've hit Shodan on 81 Dojo. Not that really means much, but we've grown together. And I think I started that, a couple years ago with those over the board games. I think I was around 5 or 6Q 81 Dojo, I think. And just wanted to get better because I really enjoyed playing those two players. And the Silicon Valley Shogi Club started ramping up. We switched to Panera, a Panera location, and the club sort of took off from there. And that's the Tuesday night one. I used to play there more often. I haven't in a while, just because the time. Yeah, lots of reasons. But yeah, you're doing that, and then starting streaming in December is when it really took off in terms of me wanting to get better, because I'm playing so much. I'm trying to get better. I don't want to look like a fool on stream like I do every single day. I would love more people to. I would love it if I could play a level of shogi that would allow more people to enjoy it. You say exactly. You did lose to that in the beginning too. Yeah, looking back, pretty. Yeah, that's the thing. It feels embarrassing, but it's like shogi is deceptively slow or deceptively fast. The way pieces move, they're so slow. It always feels like you're going to have a ton of time to be able to defend something, but sometimes you don't. And yeah. You say chess has some design flaws, which shogi rectifies, purely in your opinion, but you're not looking back. So I am not a chess hater in any way. I mean, not that I can. I'm sure I could come up with something. I love chess. I love shogi. I love chess. I haven't gone to a chess club since I started streaming shogi. In December. I love the game. And I am one of those people who has come to the feeling that draws are a feature and not a flaw of chess. So I take the hot take, I think, for the chess. Although I think it's not so much a hot take, because I think a lot of people agree with this. But I take sort of a hot take approach in that I think the draws that a lot of people lament, I think are sort of a feature of the game. And then you say, But that said, I've been full-time shogi. I've been full shogi, since starting streaming, and I haven't been to the chess club. And we have a number of chess clubs out here, and I had a great time at them. But I'm focusing on shogi because I really want to get better at this game. Methrendir, you say you're glad there's a shogi streamer whose language you understand. With Rashino Ryu and Shodan, yeah, you've got no idea what they're saying. Yeah. That was one of the things I said when I started, is that we don't have many people out there that are making shogi content in English. So, rather than just sort of like give up, I thought, I'll make some. I'll make some. I don't expect to be good. I don't expect people will really get into it, but maybe it'll show people that there is interest. That shogi is interesting, there is interest in it, and maybe other better people will start streaming or start making content and stuff like that. So, that's always been the goal, because I know, and apologies for telling this story again, but, I know that people can get interested in this game if they're presented with people that are passionate about it, because I see it every week at the club. I see people. There's always at least one person. Always. I don't like to use absolutes, but I am going to say always. There's always one person that will at least come over and glance at our game. And it's like, it doesn't matter if you don't know the pieces. If you see people who are engaged passionately in a subject or in a game, that people will take note and people will be like, oh, what's that game? What's that? Let me scroll this up just so we get a little more of the board. So that was the hope. Hey, Heimal, great to see you. Goshijin, you played chess obsessively, but you always found the board a tad too small. The queen is overpowered. The endgame promotion run is tiresome. So that's keep in mind that I am not a great chess player. I am probably a better shogi player than I am a chess player at this point. So a lot of these things that might become tiresome, like that endgame promotion run, like you say, I have thought about this, that maybe if I got to say 1800 or 1900 in chess, maybe I would tire of that and be like, you know what? I used to think that draws were a feature, but now I'm drawing too much, or now too many of the games just end with all this super dry end game calculation. Some people love that stuff. I'm going to guess that I have never, like, in chess. It's not something that like is like super appealing to me. It's not something negative. The sort of the dry end game, the dry end game. I air quote it because, like, some people, like, these are very interesting positions, very calculation heavy. But I'll call it dry, just for lack of a better word. So it's possible that I would have come to your same conclusion if I played as much as you did. I don't think so. I'm going to guess I was somewhere in the 13 to 1400 ish range. USCF, United States. Just based on who I beat at the club, who I drew at the club. My peak chess.com ratings and things like that. Stuff like that. So long story short, not very good. Just someone who loves the game. Well, Mithrender, you say the chess endgame can be very stressful. This is true, but I don't think that's a point. I don't think that's a point in favor of shogi, because all of shogi is stressful. I think on like, no joke. I don't think this is a hot take. I think this is actually one of the downsides of shogi. In the pro con list of shogi and chess, I think this is a potential negative of shogi. The shogi is too stressful. It's almost too crazy. You're almost always so much on the edge of a knife of just being ready to die. I think in chess, a lot of time you can sort of, in chess you can make moves. You can play by feel. I think in chess you can play by feel and play your opening and get to a spot, and you don't have to be constantly like just like constantly red alert, like if I push this pawn, the opponent can take my bishop and then drop their bishop and then hit this, and it's like it's something that's great about the game, but at the same time, sometimes it would sometimes I feel like it would be nice to just push my pawns. It'd be nice to just push my pawns. Have a slow, fun, pressure-free game of shogi. I don't think you get those. I don't think you get pressure-free, chaos-free games of shogi unless you're just crushing somebody, or unless they're just crushing you. The chess is what draws you in. The stress. That's fair. Yeah, and you think humans excel under stress, hence enthusiasts begin to enjoy the. Oh, I agree, and it's exhilarating. Yeah, good talking with you, Goshijin. See you tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you. You're the guy with the dog avatar. I'll have to look at the avatar. So sometimes the YouTube comments are so like the avatar is so small. So I don't even notice the avatar a lot of time, but I'll keep an eye out. Yeah, so good to see you. Boy, it's been a lot of talk. We're closing in on 3 hours. Let's see I'll close up this study. Let's see what else is going on lishogi. I'm getting very dry. Hyper is even faster. Yeah, 5:15. If lishogi had better sound, countdown, I would maybe play this, but otherwise it's too fast for me. It's too stressful. Just always expecting that I'm going to be flagging. Yeah. So I'm going to take a break and then come back. Let me get the chat up. And I'll get back into that previous study. Is this it? Will this show? All right. All right. Be right back. All right. Back. I need to check a message before I turn out. Oh. Um, Also, one thing, I'm going to shill a video just in case some of you haven't seen it. It's a video that originally was part of a stream, but I turned it into a sort of dedicated smaller YouTube video about how I do the engine stuff. So it's a small video, but it might be useful because it's clipped. It's called "How I Use a Shogi Engine." Let me see here. Why is it giving me a timestamp? All right. So that's the video. I'm in a Hawaiian shirt in this video, but it's when I went over the stuff that I do offline with Shogi Home. So let me pause that. All right, all right. So let's get into lishogi here. Let's see. I'll create a game. 10:30. Here we go. 10:30, just like yesterday's. Got a hangnail here. I'm so susceptible to hangnails. You know, little bits of, and they drive me insane. But you say you don't know, I think in this video, how you put engine in Shogi Home. Oh, yeah, because that's just it would take a long, I think that's a much tougher question for me to answer, is how to hook the engine up into Shogi Home. There might be docs out there. I just don't think I'd be able to do it, especially since I'm on a Mac and most people are not. You know, what I do is is not going to be applicable to most people. All right, let me say yoroshiku onegaishimasu. I'll say hi, and that's it. All right, so let's go. And they greeted as well. Look at this. Look at this pre-move. Danger, living on the edge. It's always dangerous to make a pre-move in shogi like that because he could have just taken. Okay, what is this? What is this a climbing gold? Fascinating. Let's get our bishop out. So I am going to look to come up here, exchange off. All right, I'll come up here. If he wants to exchange, I don't think it's useful for them to take that pawn. Let's get the king over. Let's just get the king over. No rush. Can't take that pawn. That would have been a trap. He pushes the pawn. I think I just take it. I think I take it. Because then I get my bishop up. I can take this pawn. But let's think about that. He pushes. I take. Takes. I take. I'm faster. He takes. And then I get bishop. Yeah, I think I'm faster. In that situation. I could pre-move it, which would be hardcore. So I think I'm faster here. So that was my calculation. We'll see. We'll go to the tapes after. So I wonder if the pawn take would have been better. He drops a silver. I push the pawn. He takes. I take. No, I go back. Eh. Okay, so I was thinking that if he drops a silver, that smells wrong to me, but I don't have a. I'm not seeing an immediate way to refute it. Silver? No. Gold just takes. Gold just takes. Take. I can't do that because he has enough pawns. Silver. Take. No. Let's come back. But I think the silver is misplaced now on the 6th file. Silver, pawn, push, take. Versus push, take, silver. It's also pawn drop here. I like silver. Drops a pawn. I push the pawn. He takes silver. I promote. Drops the pawn. Or brings the silver back. If he brings it. I wonder what to do with this. If he came with the silver back. Just take? Yeah, just take. It would have been just take, because then I could drop a pawn on the head of whatever he takes back with. Or drop a silver. Yeah, drop a silver on the head of whatever he takes back. So if it was, can I possibly, it won't let me do this. No, it won't let me edit, but back, take, pawn. The bishop, the pawn drops don't help, or he can't. I don't think he can tataki me into anything. So silver comes back. If silver comes back, I just take the gold. What other options are there? Bishop. Take. All right. I think the gold. Yeah, I don't think that's right. I think the gold drop here, the gold drop on 7-8 is too strong. I don't think he He can't threaten now. There's no way to threaten this. There's no way to threaten my dragon. Brings the silver up. Oh, I think bringing the gold, the dragon up. Oh, I think this would have been nice. Bringing the dragon up would have been good. Because then I would have been threatening tomorrow. All right. Well, you win some, you lose some. So I'll take this. Oh, that. Oh, I don't think that's right. So dare I do what I did in what I learned from the last game? So, pawn drop here. Takes, I get my token. So what about this though? If I just take the rook, he takes this the silver. I drop the rook. This is protected by the knight. So if I take, he takes, I drop the rook here. Am I threatening anything? Am I threatening tomorrow? Am I threatening anything? I drop the rook. I drop the rook back. You threatening the silver. Bishop? No. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. That feels like a waste. Hmm. What if I drop the rook here? What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Drop the rook. Come. Drop the rook. There's a nice little pocket to drop a bishop in. Wow. Yeah, I don't think you can defend. I don't think you can defend a rook with the rook in this case. I don't think you can. Maybe you can. So what if I bring the bishop over? Can I do anything here? The bishop? Huh. All right, let's go back. So now I have now I will have this drop, this bishop drop. He's going to have to prevent that. How much time? 207 to 115. Okay. So I have the option to drop the bishop again. Like it doesn't. He takes. I take the gold. What if I do this? Then I get the bishop, and he comes back. What about this bishop? What about this bishop? Let's do it. Let's do it. So now we're bringing in our token. He is defending. He's defending the mate. Do I have mate? No. So he has no pieces in hand to drop. I can take this lance. Oh gosh, what time? Oh, 30 seconds. I could bring this up. Let's take the lance. Mm. Uh, I drop this. Okay. Well, that's nice. That's nice. That's very nice. Maybe not. It still doesn't protect it. All right, and it does limit. Okay. Hmm. Definitely tough. Definitely tough. All these sort of tactics just start happening. Hmm. Arigatou gozaimashita. Okay. Let's go to the analysis board with that. Click the Quest Computer Analysis. Interesting game. They defend. I mean, they really defended admirably there at the end. Keeping it alive. It's such a critical part, and I guess it's such a critical part of the game, and it's so easy to throw away a piece accidentally. That I'm sure in some parallel universes I lost this dragon. There you are. Good game. Ja v televizore. Televisore. I'm from television. Yeah, television. Apologies. It has been 20 years since I studied Russian language, so I'm sorry that I couldn't I couldn't translate. But greetings, good game. And what just happened? I just heard a sound. Okay? That is what I thought. Oh, that is how I translated it. Okay, I didn't understand. You're on TV because your game is yeah. Хорошо. I like it. I like it. Yeah, defense was very nicely done at the end there. Oh man, what was that sound though? Does anyone know what sound? Oh, that was an 81 dojo sound. That was an 81. Okay, someone must have just invited, and it looks like a declined invite to F Ishigai. How do you challenge someone who's not asking for a how do you challenge someone who is not asking for a game in 81 dojo? So I'm confused. But anyway, why is this my focus is not coming? So I want to look at this. So I'm Gote here. Pawn takes is correct. Yeah. Silver 7-5. Okay, this move did feel a little like it put the silver a little bit off sides. Oh, that said, that is one of the top move. Okay, it's dropping down. Pawn drop 2-4. Pawn drop 2-4. Engine is calling for this. But the opponent has 3 pawns here. So that's sorry to dig into an engine line here, but pawn, the opponent, the engine actually likes. Oh no, it does like pawn takes 2-4. Okay. So it's, why is this still a big advantage? Silver drop 5 or silver drop 5-7. Oh, 5-7. Okay. All right. So anyway. Hey, Koshiro, you played 2 Urshino games against Gabriel Angelo. Oh, you did. Oh man. I felt terrible that I couldn't play him. So I couldn't play him because I had the club games. But so I felt bad, but now I feel great because he got to play against you, which is 1,000 times better than playing against me. You played on 81 Dojo? If you played on 81 Dojo, I'll have to look up those Kifus. Okay, perfect. I will look up those Kifus. That'll be the best 2 D miles I've ever spent. You know, it costs D mile. 81 Dojo cracks me up. All these shogi sites crack me up. It costs D miles to search for someone's Kifus. Like, why? Maybe the server resources for searching are excessive. Yeah, it costs. Mithrandir, 20 years ago. So in college, I studied Russian. Thank you, Koshiro. In college, I actually a little bit before college. So in the summer before my second year of college, I started learning Russian on my own out of a book. And that learning that I did on my own for the summer basically got me through the first 2.5 years of Russian in university. You know, it's amazing sometimes, you know, when you're even at a university level, if you study something on your own, this is, I promise this is somehow related to shogi. This is actually sort of tangential to the discussion we had earlier about learning these openings with the engine. But if you study something on your own, sort of earnestly, really thinking and trying to learn with a motivated learning, it's so much easier to improve than it is if you're just going through the motions in a class. So I studied for 3-4 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to open this. Let me put this. Okay, I've got that open. And then second game. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will study these. I will make these a part of my these openings a part of my repertoire. So I studied on my own, just out of a book, out of a book and a tape. Back in the day there were cassettes, listening to how people spoke. So I did that, and then went to university, and at university, or then studied in university. The thing is, I got put in a class with beginners, so they spent a lot of time learning the characters. They spent a lot of time, learning basic words. These are things that I had already sort of mastered. So most of it was review. And unfortunately, there was one student. You always remember these people years later. There was one student in the class who was a linguist. So he was not interested really so much in learning. I was interested in learning the language because I wanted to speak it and I wanted to read it. He was interested just because he's a linguist. He needs to take language classes, and he loves talking about things that don't matter, like how the words came to be, or the meaning in the original meanings of the word, like all this stuff. So, I was stuck with this guy for the next 3 years because there weren't many Russian classes at where I was at the university. So I was stuck with this guy in each of the classes, and he really slowed down the classes. So in the end, 3 years of university training barely got me further than one summer of learning on my own. But anyway, long story short, so yes, I have some years of studying it and speaking it, but that was 20 years ago. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. So I was able to use it for a while, and then I was not able to use it, and I mostly just lost it. He didn't, he's not the teacher, of course. He was just a student. But he basically interrupted. He effectively stopped the lesson to start talking about all this linguistics and always be asking the teachers. And the teachers that we had, she was very nice. She was a very kind person. She didn't have that skill that a teacher needs to have, which is to shut those kinds of people down. Sometimes when a student, when one student starts making the class too much about himself or herself, the teacher needs to be able to say, I respect your enthusiasm. This is great. These are great questions. Let's talk about it after class. A teacher has to be able to redirect sort of time wasters into other directions, and she wasn't good at that. And so the rest of us students, I would say, sort of suffered from having to hear the linguist in the class basically show off all this linguistic information that he knew. And he never learned Russian, and his speaking was never very good, but he always loved to show off his linguistics. So anyway, that's it. So we both had some mistakes. Blunders were made. Blunders were made in this game. But I think that I'm amazed. I mean, I think we played pretty well. So the gold 7-8 definitely felt like a problem. Definitely felt like a problem here. The engine's not calling it a mistake. That felt like a problem to me. but I guess it had to be done. Pawn 8-6. Pawn 8-6. This is one of those. I dropped the silver. I feel like we're in the old days where Koshiro would say, Koshiro or Transport or Adrian Shogi or Ornalt would be like, push the pawn. Pawn 8-6. He takes. Bishop takes. It comes with check. King moves. Silver drop 8-7. No. No. We're giving up 2 pieces for that? What? Wow, we're gonna give up. We're giving up. Okay. Okay. I have to be willing. I think I have to be willing to. I guess I have to be willing to do this. Was there any way to do this without losing my rook? My dragon. Not really. Not really. I mean I still have an advantage, but give up a lot of that advantage. This feels great. This feels great to me. Okay. Well, interesting. Very interesting. So I think I'd still, even knowing that the engine prefers that other line, I think I'd still do this. But this one I think I'll have to study after, just to think about that more. Maybe put it on the board. See how I can visualize taking advantage of having those 2 bishops. It's amazing because in that position, I gave up so many pieces in order to get the dragon, only to give up the dragon. I guess I gave up the dragon, got the pieces back, and they had a wide open king. Wait, silver 2-3 is the key? Wait, which one? So, well, here. Yeah, I mean it's definitely the key to this line, but boy, I'm giving up a silver and a bishop to be able to get a dragon and a gold. is this not so? The engine doesn't like this as much, but I think I would do this. This is what I would do. This is my line. I'm never getting out of here. I'm never getting out of here while keeping the big lead. It's like I have to give up. I have to give up this rook. I recover material, but I never get back that dragon. That's the thing. That's the thing, and I need a dragon. I, maybe. I mean, this is still. This is. I'm a meat and potatoes shogi player. I need a dragon. Oh, you think I can? So yeah, like the the engine does say uh, rook a2 is still a nice advantage. -5, -4.8. It's just not as big. I think this is how I would play it. This is definitely how I would play it, but it's not what the engine likes. I think sometimes I just need to play what I like. It feels like my attack is easier here. My attack is much easier than their defense and their attack. Like I don't see how this is only -5.5. I don't see how this isn't a bigger advantage for me. This feels like a huge advantage. Maybe in human 2Q Shogi Wars terms, this is. Anyway, so the engine didn't like my silver, didn't like this. Didn't hate it, didn't like it. Okay, this was the big problem. Engine didn't like my oh boy, I gave it all back. I gave it all back. Oh, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that I missed this. I'm embarrassed that I missed this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This gold's going nowhere. Yeah, if it does, I'm promoting, of course. Oh boy, boy. Okay. So I have a lot of learnings today. A lot of learnings. Human wise, it's a resignable position. So it's amazingly, I look at that and I think I agree with you. It seems like it's just dead over in that place. So the take was not the take. We're both going back and forth. The opponent's only move is pawn takes 8-6. Okay, so we get in here. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Yes. Number one move. Number one move is taking the knight, which looking back is, I mean, looking forward or back is painfully obvious. Painfully obvious. Second best move, our best friend. Our best friend. Gold 5-1. Third, gold 5-2. Our best friends. I talked about these moves on yesterday's stream. Too much. I missed Dragon 7-8. So that was I said during the game immediately after I dropped gold, I said, "Oh, no." Yeah, I saw this too late. I saw it too late. It's you see it, and then you've got your threat. It's Dumero. So yeah, I did see it, just too late. All right. So we do some shenanigans. All right. So this is not the best move. This is not the best move, but I felt like such a grown up making this move. I felt so grown up. It's the second best move. The best move is to take the rook. Why? This is like what I did in the game later. Oh, it's not quite like that. Okay. Gold 9-8. And here's where I did it, but now it's not good because that piece is not hanging. Rook drops 7-9? I tried to read this. But that's sort of what I did. What? What in the world am I missing here? Why is this good? Why is this so good? Oh, I could just keep taking pieces. I could just okay, because I can just take pieces. Oh, that makes sense. It's not a knockout punch. It's a okay. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Kosher. I agree. Though I have definitely been in these situations where I get in that rook drop, rook defend battle with people. That's the only reason I'm still looking at this one, because I want ideas, because I do get in these battles. I do definitely get in these battles. The rook drop battles. And this game was sort of a little bit like that. I dropped the rook, he dropped the rook. I blunder to take. No. Oh no, that was okay. No, this was right. Take. And we got into the rook drop battle, but now I'm able to promote. All right. And then from here, I think it was relatively clear. Yeah. Fun game. Fun game. Thank you very much, Liagu or Laguha. I don't know how to pronounce that, but thank you very much for that game. That was fun. Thanks again for the follow. Yeah. Boy, I'm glad. So this weekend has been a mix of Shogi Club 24, lishogi, 81 Dojo. They've been good games. What time? And it's 2:00. It's 2 p.m. Yeah. So I think, we're at the 4-hour mark. My voice is getting a little dry. It's been fun. I think that's going to be it for me. I'm gonna head out. I'm going to begin my upload and then start studying those two Urshino Ryu Kifus, Urshino Ryu versus Nakabisha. And no spoilers. I am curious if he's going to try to make Anaguma versus it, but I don't think so. We'll see. But thanks for sharing those, and thanks everybody for stopping by. It's been a fun weekend. Tomorrow Monday, getting back to Shogi Wars, getting back into the 10-minute. Hopefully climb to 1Q on Shogi Wars. I would love to hit that by the end of the year. I will like your attack. Okay, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. I've got a bunch. Obviously, I've got the Hayazashi Meijin tournament. I've got your line, your Urshino Ryu to study from that, and now I've got these. Especially since I struggle against Nakabisha so much as Urshino Ryu. But now I'm also doing Danaka, against Urshino Ryu. So, against Nakabisha. So, we'll see. Maybe I'll stick with this now that I've got these two. Anyway, my games yesterday at the club were good. All Urshino Ryu / Torizashi, and I stuck with Torizashi against fourth file, which became a fourth file into third file. I stuck with Torizashi. Had a really fun game. And then the next two games were Urshino Ryu versus Static Rook. But anyway, I'm rambling. Thanks everyone. Enjoy your shogi games. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and I will see you again soon. Thanks so much. I sound like a broken record, but I appreciate every single follow. We've got a few today. We got 4 today. And that's a good day for me. That's a real good day for me. So thank you, everybody. It's been a blast. Thank you for the games, and see you soon again.